What gives winners the motivation to get back up after falling? Has life just served you a major punch to the gut? Do you find yourself searching for ways to bounce back after falling down? And do you even have the right mindset to achieve your version of success? What if I told you that the difference between winners and losers is simply the way that they perceive failure? Let's talk about how you can adopt a winner's mindset and handle failure like a champion. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Wintonio, and this is where we talk about finding the motivation you need to transform your life. And the topic of failure is certainly something I can relate to in my role as the founder of a mental health startup called Mind Designer. And as the founder, failure comes with this path in a very natural way. I am looking to pioneer in the field of clinical psychology and provide new solutions to people who need treatment today. But figuring out how to deliver that solution to them requires failure and trial and error, and forming hypotheses that most likely will be wrong, right? And you just have to keep on trying to make progress. And so failure, yes. Now, if I were to look at any failure along the way to finding a solution that helps people, any kind of failure that I encounter could be viewed as the reason to stop, right? When you fail, it just means you need to make an adjustment, and that will inevitably create new learning opportunities or success. And that's kind of the way I think about failure. It's not failure, it's a learning opportunity. And this is how winners think. Am I a failure, or have I just made a mistake, or didn't know enough, or didn't perform well enough? It's not just failure, it's just a learning opportunity. But many people tend to quit after they've failed, and that is the only form of failure. When you quit, when you decide to stop trying, that's when you've failed. But winners keep trying, and that's the point. They don't look at failure as the end, they look at it as an opportunity to learn. So, as mentioned before, sometimes we view failure as definitive, but it's only definitive if we stop trying. Okay? Quitting is the only form of failure. But here's the thing. If you remain open to new possibilities, what happens is your setbacks become the setup for your success. And so the analogy I want to use is Thomas Edison and the light bulb, right? So it wasn't 1,000 failures, it was 1,000 iterations that led to the success. It wasn't the failure, it was the next try and the next attempt, the next invention, the next iteration, the next prototype, the next design. He just kept trying and trying and trying until eventually he got it. And he didn't try the same thing over and over again. He made adjustments along the way, and that is what led to success. Now, if this video is resonating with you, please support the channel, hit like, hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So, as I mentioned before, on this channel, I like to talk about ways I can help you find the motivation you need to transform your life. And the way I do so is by using a framework that I created called the 10 Principles of Self-Mastery. And when it comes to handling failure, the principle that most applies is the principle of resilience and adaptability. And this principle states, remain committed to the vision, but also be flexible in the method. This principle matters because the world is constantly changing. Being rigid in your approach can hurt you, while being adaptable is absolutely a strength. Okay, and so the way to apply this principle is by using your setbacks as growth opportunities. Okay, and so what you do is, before you start making any kind of steps forward to your next attempt or your next idea, take some time and reflect on what happened and try to extract some lessons from your experience. Okay, this is how you be adaptable. You have to learn from what you experienced and then make some changes that can then result in a different outcome. Or at least that's the hope or aspiration or goal. You want to take information from your experience. Don't consider it a failure. Look at it as a learning opportunity. Take that learning experience and then see what happens next. And this is how you apply the principle of resilience and adaptability. So, as I always say, implementing these principles and applying them to your life can take some time. But there are certain things you can do to prepare your mind for handling failure and how to change your mindset towards any kind of tough situation you may encounter in the future. Okay, 2 major affirmations that you can say to yourself that will make all of the difference and somewhat ease this transition into adopting the principle of resilience and adaptability. Okay, so the first affirmation is, you can bend without breaking. All right, say this to yourself. I can bend without breaking. It's true, right? You can bend without breaking. Correct? Say it again. I can bend without breaking. The second affirmation. Your failure is training ground for your success. All right? My failures are training ground for my success. You have to process that and understand what that means. It means that the thing coming next, your success, is what you are preparing for through these failures. All right, say it again. My failures are training ground for my success. This now removes the pressure of failure, right? And it's not so personal anymore. Now it's not about you. Now it's about the science. It's about the outcomes. It's about the process. Life is hard, and failure is a part of life. Setbacks will happen, but with the right mindset, you will reach your destination. So again, understand that quitting is the only form of failure. So if you stop trying, yes, you've failed. So instead, learn from your mistakes and try new things. And if you are ready to begin your transformation journey, please consider Your Essence Workbook. It's a comprehensive collection of wellness and CBT exercises designed to help you deepen your self-awareness. So please check it out, Your Essence Workbook. The link is in the description. Okay, so how does the principle of resilience and adaptability resonate with you? Do you have a story around a failure you've experienced that you can share with other people on the channel? If so, please leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to learn from you. And yeah, again, this is a brand new channel, so please hit like, hit subscribe, support our growth. We're trying to impact the world. My name is Wintonio. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.